What's up, everybody? Peter X. Coffer here, and welcome to another episode of Classic Songs. And today we're doing that Tina Turner classic, What's Love Got to Do with It? So, this song drops in 1984, the year I graduated high school. Remember it well. It's in G minor. Um, it was Tina's only number one song. Um, I did a whole tribute show to Tina Turner, but just a little. Found out a couple of another a couple new tidbits about Tina. Hey, when she passed, they crowned her the queen of rock and roll, and you can't argue with it. Nobody disputed it. Um, David Bowie was credited for, she gave David Bowie a lot of credit for getting her a new record deal, post Ike and all that. They were good friends. They performed together a lot. And tip of the cap again to David Bowie. I mean, he did this, obviously he married a black woman. He also, stood up very early on to MTV and the racist uh, policy of not playing videos of black artists, in the early 80s before, Thriller by Michael Jackson dropped. So kudos to David Bowie and a lot of the artists out of the UK, the Rolling Stones and whatnot, and those folks for supporting the blues artist and acknowledging the influence that black musical musicians had on their art and standing up for them, and also particularly when they toured Europe, bringing these classic black artists and musicians on the road with them, so they can make a living. Anyway, had to put that in. So, what's love got to do with that? Was the title of her biopic movie. Um, Obviously, had a big impact on her career. Won a Grammy for Song of the Year. The song was written by Terry Britton and Graham Lyle. Tina was third on the list as far as artists that were presented, an opportunity to record it. Cliff Richard was the first artist who offered the song and he turned it down, and then Bucks Fizz. And they did a version of it and didn't quite work. And then they came back to it years later, I think in the late 90s, early 2000s, and redid it. And I think they eventually released it. But yeah, interesting, history with the song. You always have these weird backstories sometimes on songs. So, Rolling Stone, the 500 greatest songs of all time. On the list one, which is from the early 2000s, What's Love Got to Do with It, clocks in at 309. And then on list two, which was done in 2021, it clocks in at 134. So, hey, this is a very respected song, historically. So, the song is essentially about a jaded lover. Um, that does not want a romance with emotional attachment. So, this song is huge and it's a classic because a lot of us can relate to that, and a lot of us have been in this position at least once, some twice, some three times, some four times, and sometimes more. So there's a universal theme here, and not only that, I mean, come on. We know Tina Turner's history and how messed up that relationship with Ike was. So Tina could relate to these lyrics. I mean, after that she's like, look, I don't, what's love? We can do whatever, but yeah, love and a wedding dress, that ain't happening. Well, luckily for Tina, eventually it did happen, and thank goodness and thank God for her. So initially, Tina rejected the song. She did not like it. Uh, She did not like the lyrics. Surprise, surprise. It probably hit a little too close to home. Um, and it was pop, and she wanted to either do R&B or rock and roll. And her manager at the time, Roger Davies, I think, he was Sheila's manager or Tina's manager for a while, lobbied hard, and she finally gave in. And thank goodness, because I mean, this is the second single off of Private Dance. The first was Let's Stay Together, the Al Green remake. But this is the one that, that blew the doors off for her and really, paved the way for her you know, to become the icon that we all know and love. So thank you for talking Tina into doing this song. The other interesting thing about this version is that she sings with a softer vocal tone, and she doesn't belt like she usually does. So good coaching, a good decision on Tina to do this song with a lighter touch. So anyway, yeah, this is a quick episode, but God, I got to give Tina Turner, the queen of rock and roll, some love. Got to, you know, keep 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 her dream alive and give proper respect to this amazing classic song. So let me hit this close. Subscribe to the channel. Um, Hit the like button. Leave some comments. Um, hey, I got 5 albums of my own. They're here on my YouTube channel. I'm also on all the streaming services. Um, I recorded the name Exodus, Xodus. I have 5 albums. My first album is called Book One. In addition, I am a science fiction fantasy author. I have two novels and a novella on Amazon, and I write under the name Peter Exodus O'Coffer. So thank you again, and I will see you next episode.